Уважаемые дамы и господа, я с удовольствием точнее, рад тому, что у нас в гостях сегодня замечательный Мэтью Шнайдер из Schneider Group. И сегодня мы с ним поговорим. Мы это делаем приблизительно раз в квартал, потому что это один из самых лучших агентов, брокеров по недвижимости, которых я знаю. Hello, my friend Matthew.
How you doing, Alex?
I introduced you in Russian. I hope you trust.
I got you.
I know you for years and have worked with you many times and always successfully. But now we have a new wave of people coming in. Not you yet. So in a nutshell, tell me about yourself, or actually tell us about yourself in a professional aspect, and a bit personal if you're okay with that.
You said tell about myself from a personal aspect. Is that what you said?
Professional. And if you want, some our people always want to know whom they're dealing with.
Sure. I'll start with the personal.
Okay.
So I'm a father of three. I got three small kids, 12, 10, and 4. Married, of course. We live in North.
They're not too small. No, I mean.
I don't know. To me, they're small. I have the little guy. He's 4, so I don't know. It feels like I still have 3 small kids. We live in Northbrook, where I have 2 of my kids in the school system. So, I'm very knee deep in community activities and, kids sports. And, I was at my daughter's recital at Meadowbrook yesterday. So a lot of that good stuff goes on in my life. Professionally, been a real estate broker for 20 years. Been with Coldwell Banker. I've been in this office kind of my whole life since I was my very early 20s. Was working with my parents. It was a family business, and they still work a little bit, but they're pretty much retired. So it's my team, my show now. So it's myself, 2 administrative assistants, 2 buyers agents. We work the area. I'm also very heavily invested in real estate. I do a fair amount of fix and flips. I have a portfolio that I own and operate with different property types. So I'm always very interested to talk with people about real estate investing and anything they're doing, and happy to help in any way.
We're talking only about Chicago. Yeah?
Yeah, everything I do is in Chicago and surrounding suburbs.
Best Chicago. Ребята, здравствуйте. In our former countries, because it's not one, it's countries now, everything is connected to the politics. Tell me, does the change of power in Washington have any effect of real estate market or not?
I mean, I guess historically, over the long run, not really. However, I mean, you have a real estate guy coming back into office, right? So you expect tax policy changes to be skewed in that direction, and rightfully so. The tax code is written kind of as an incentive for people to operate, and particularly in the real estate industry, people are very incentivized to purchase real estate in various ways and various forms. So, I mean, I do think you're going to get more of that. It's obviously going to take a minute. They've got to get back into office and do their thing. But, the stuff they did change when Trump was in office the first time was pretty pro real estate. So, and the market has performed well since.
That's good.
I think so.
What do you think about Wednesday's Federal Reserve System situation? Play for the real estate market?
I guess I would say I don't know that. I think he's probably making the right call given what we're seeing with prices. The levels of inflation, on various goods and all that. But with regards to real estate, obviously we want a lower cost of capital and greater affordability, because that's going to, help spur sales, spur investment. But I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. I think probably at least the first half of next year is going to be not as great as everybody expects. I think the cost of capital is high. Affordability is getting hit. So, I mean, I think you're going to see a little bit more of a build of inventory over the first 6 months. And, it will, it'll hit the market a little bit as interest rates stay elevated. And that's certainly what Powell kind of indicated.
Okay. Let's go back to Chicago. What's the current situation in the real estate market? Still high home values and stagnant sales?
Yes, but I mean, the way I see it, it's kind of two different markets, so to speak. Like Chicago proper has had its issues, right? And it's been 4 or 5 years in the making of, even the crime and all that stuff. It had people moving out, particularly the really affluent areas, the downtown areas, River North. You've had a real big build of inventory. Prices were kind of hit a bit in those areas. And then conversely, the suburban markets have had very low inventory, very good pricing. Prices have gone up. The inventory levels across the suburbs are still very low. City, a little bit more elevated depending on the neighborhood you're looking at. So, I mean, I think the suburbs will probably outperform the city in the next few years, because I think that trend does continue. But I do think inventory levels will rise at least the first 6 months out of the year. And I think pricing is going to be teetering in comparison to what it was last year.
When and how could the supply shortage end in this situation?
I mean, you build more houses, you have changing demographics. I mean, you have an older population that eventually will be selling some stuff off, right? That being said, you're relatively speaking across the country, you have a housing shortage. So they do need to bring more stuff to market. You do see expanding inventory like out north and, Wonder Lake, stuff like that. You do see large scale developments. But you're going to need to see a lot more of that in order to meet the demand, particularly as people are moving out of the city.
Matthew, thank you very much. But I have to ask you, I know that I know you for 20 years, almost when you started. Even in all those difficult situations that we faced before, you are managing to sell. And
yeah, hope so.
Can you open the secret?
I'm sorry?
Can you open the secret how you do that?
The market's always changing, and market's always different from year to year. So you always just got to keep working hard and doing the best you can and provide a good service. I mean, the big thing my mom always taught me from forever was providing a good service is first and foremost is the number one way you're going to be able to facilitate business and conduct business is, being responsive, providing good service is number one.
So your success is no connections with pure luck?
I hope not.
Matthew, thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex.
Happy holidays and all the best to your family.
Thank you. Same to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.